Last Sunday, my family and I planned a trip to the zoo. It was a bright and sunny morning. We packed a basket full of food and drinks. Drink. My father booked a taxi and we reached the zoo in an hour. At the entrance, we saw a big signboard with the name of the zoo. We bought the ticket and entered. The first thing we saw was an elephant. It was eating a bunch of bananas. The elephant had a long trunk, a big ear, and big ear. And
big
ears.
ears.
We click a few pictures with it. Next, we saw a cage with a lion inside. The lion was resting under a tree. Suddenly, it let out a loud roar, and the sound echoed in the zoo. We also saw an alligator laying in the water. It had a scary look.
After that,
We went to the bird section. There were many colorful birds. We saw a peacock dancing beautifully. An eagle was flying high in the sky. The parrot were talking, and a little sparrow was hopping on the ground. We also saw an owl sitting on a branch. Then we visit the reptile's house. It had a big python inside a glass box. We also saw a green snake hanging from a tree. The guide told us that some snakes are poisonous and some are harmless.